New Gemini Spark update is crazy. Today, I'm going to show you Google's brand new Gemini Spark update. And honestly, this one's a game changer if you're running any kind of online AI business. It just got a smarter brain called Gemini 3.7 Flash. This thing plans, fixes its own mistakes, and runs your Google apps like an actual team member. It's fast, it's live right now, and I'm going to show you exactly how a growing community like mine could use it to save hours every single week. Stick around, because this could change how you run your entire operation. Here's what happened. On August 13th, 2026, Google dropped a new AI model called Gemini 3.7 Flash, only 3 weeks after the last one. That is fast, even for Google. And here's the part that matters. Google put this new brain straight inside Gemini Spark. So what is Spark? Spark is Google's AI agent. It's not a box where you type a question and wait for an answer. Spark is built to actually go do the work. It runs in the background, jumps across your Google apps, and takes action based on what you tell it. A normal chat tool tells you how to do something. Spark just does it. That's the whole shift. And now that agent just got a much smarter brain behind it. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, CEO of Goldie Agency, an SEO agency. Julian reads every single comment, so drop one below, he will see it. Spark is open to you if you're on Google AI Pro or Ultra, and it's live in over 160 countries. With this update, Spark is better at using tools inside Workspace, more accurate, and the output quality is just higher across the board. The big focus is tricky, multi-step work, pulling files together, writing follow-ups, updating documents on the fly. Now, here's where it gets interesting for anyone building a content business or a community. Picture this: AI Profit Boardroom is putting out new videos, newsletters, and posts every single week. And normally that means someone on the team is manually digging through old scripts, checking what's already been covered, and building new content briefs by hand. That's hours gone before a single word gets written. With Spark, you could say something like, pull my last 10 YouTube video transcripts, find every AI tool I've already covered, and build me a content calendar of new tools I haven't touched yet. Before, that's a full afternoon of digging. After is one request and the calendar's sitting in a sheet ready to go. That's the kind of time savings that lets a small team put out more content without burning out. Think bigger. One solid video script could become a newsletter breakdown, a short form clip idea, and a lead magnet checklist, all pulled from the same source material instead of someone rebuilding each piece from scratch. That's one afternoon of work turning into 4 different touch points for the community without adding a single extra person to the team. Let's look at the numbers Google shared. And remember, these are Google's own results, not an outside test. On Automation Bench, the older model scored 17%, the new one scored 30.4%. On GDP.pdf, it went from 22 up to 34%. On Frontier Code, 34.4 up to 43.6%. And on Deep Suite, 49 all the way up to 65.3%. Every one of those numbers points the same direction. Google is building this for real complicated work, not trivia answers. And complicated work is exactly what running a fast-growing community looks like. Quick pause, because this next part matters if you're serious about scaling with AI. If you want to learn how to actually plug tools like this into your own business, save your team hours every week, and bring in more people without doing everything manually, come check out the AI Profit Boardroom. It's built to help you scale your operation and pull in more of the right people using AI automation, like exactly what I'm showing you right now. Links in the description. Let's get into where this actually gets powerful. Spark connects Gmail, Drive, Docs, and Sheets, which means it moves information between all of them for you. Say a potential sponsor or partner reaches out to AI Profit Boardroom and there's an old email thread plus a proposal sitting in Drive somewhere. Before, someone has to dig up the thread, reread the proposal, and draft a reply from scratch. With Spark, you just say, look at my last email thread with this contact and the proposal in Drive, then draft a follow-up that moves things forward. Spark searches the inbox, reads the document, pulls the key details, and writes the draft. You still read it and hit send, but the heavy lifting on turning a cold lead into a warm conversation is already done. That's the difference between a partnership going cold and a partnership actually closing. Here's another one. Imagine the community gets a wave of questions every week, people asking about onboarding, course access, or what's covered in coaching calls. Before, that's someone on the team manually sorting through every message. With Spark, you could ask it to scan recent emails and community messages, sort them by topic, and flag the ones that look like someone's ready to join a coaching call or upgrade their involvement. Instead of a growing pile of unread messages, you get a short list of the people most worth reaching out to first. That's the kind of sorting that used to need a full support hire, now happening automatically in the background. And here's a third one that's great for anyone managing a growing community or content business. You could say, look at this week's documents and emails about my project, tell me what changed, and update my project status document. Spark checks Drive, checks Gmail, figures out what's new, and updates the doc. Think about how much back and forth that normally takes, scrolling your inbox, checking Drive, trying to remember what shifted since last week, then updating the doc by hand. Spark does all of that quietly, so the team can spend that time actually talking to members instead. Let's break down the 4 things that actually changed here, because each one has a real use. First, precision. The model understands complicated instructions better, so a big multi-step request, like building a whole content calendar from old scripts, is way less likely to get misread. Second, tool use. Spark picks the right tool for the job inside Workspace, so pulling from Gmail, Docs, or Sheets happens with fewer mistakes and less babysitting. Third, planning. The model thinks through the whole task before jumping in, which matters a ton when one step depends on the one before it, like sorting leads before drafting the follow-up. Fourth, recovery. If something goes wrong partway through, it adjusts and finds a new path instead of just stalling out, which means less time spent restarting a task from scratch. Now, I want to be straight with you because I'm not here to hype something that isn't true. This update doesn't mean Spark can do literally anything. It's not fully independent and it's not perfect. It's still a tool that works under your direction. Google says Spark is early in its journey and you stay in control, especially for anything important like sending an email or publishing something publicly. So who should care about this? If you're building a content business or growing a community, this is for you. If your team is jumping between research, spreadsheets, briefs, and emails every day, this is for you. If you're trying to sort real leads from noise without hiring a bigger team, this is for you. And if your whole operation already lives inside Docs, Sheets, Gmail, and Drive, you're going to get the most out of this because that's exactly where Spark lives. Here's the bigger picture. Google isn't just making its chat tools smarter at answering questions. They're building a full stack. The model gets better, which makes the agent better, which makes it more useful inside Workspace, which means it can touch your actual content calendar, your actual leads, your actual community documents. That's the direction this is heading. For years, AI was about getting answers faster. Now it's about getting real work done, and whoever plugs that into their content and community systems first gets a real head start on everyone still doing it by hand. Before you go, a couple of things to keep in mind. That jump in the automation score doesn't mean Spark is dramatically better at every single task. It's one test reported by Google, and it's a signal, not a promise. This update is mainly the model underneath Spark getting stronger, not a brand new product with a different set of features. And developers can get Gemini 3.7 Flash separately through other Google tools, while the rest of us get it through Spark on Google AI Pro or Ultra. If there's one thing to remember, it's this. AI agents are only as good as the model behind them, and the model behind Google's agent just got a serious upgrade for exactly the kind of multi-step work that runs a content business or a community. That's not a small update. If you want to learn how to actually plug tools like this into your own business, save your team hours every week, and bring in more people without doing everything manually, come check out the AI Profit Boardroom. It's built to help you scale your operation and pull in more of the right people using AI automation, like exactly what I'm showing you right now. Links in the description. And if you want the full process, the SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like the ones I just walked through, come join the AI Success Lab. Links are in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there. Plus, you'll be part of a community of 38,000 members putting these exact systems to work. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment and let me know what you'd get Spark to do first, and I'll see you in the next one.